If you guys are new to the Great Hope Ranch, here's a few things that you can expect along the way. Ranching, hunting, fishing, family, and more. Come along and experience our lives out here on the ranch as we build community with our neighbors. We'll try to make you laugh. We'll probably make you cry. But number one, that we could bring hope, the great hope in truth in Jesus Christ. Come along with us. This is why it's hard to set a timeline too. Cow, I haven't noticed it, has a little bit of a limp. We got one in the corrals now that we had a treat. And what happens at this time of the year is the freeze thaw. They can actually accumulate what we call foot rot. It's in between the hooves where there's an infection that happens because the manure lumps usually spreads the hooves, fills with, gets all dirty. And they get an infection. So once again, that's another thing that we need to treat them. How many kids say that they can go to school and there's cows all over the road? We're gonna have to let the neighbor know, hey?
There was a sticker on that one spot.
Yeah, that's when they buy them. Some of those, when they preg test them or something, I think they put stickers on them.
Like a sticker on the butt. So there's another one. There's a third one.
Oh yeah. Brody said they're not all out. There's still 3 in the pen.
I'm trying to look for Barbara Ann.
Hopefully they stick around here and clean up some of this grass. It would be actually nice if they cleaned up all this grass in the ditches, because then it would keep it from snow drifting. Just can't go over it the mower.
It would be weird if Barbara Ann was still in there because she's always the cow that's out.
Man, if this was on the Eagle Butte, I think he'd have some phone calls already, eh? I haven't seen Barbara. Did you see her yet?
No, I don't think she's inside though because...
Oh, there's another one inside down here. So usually there's only one cow out, and we named her.
Yeah, Barbara
Barbara Ann. Let me walk it on her own, walking in her own, Barbara Ann.
Oh, look at the bull. Look at the bull, Dad. Look at the bull.
Oh. That's not a bull, that's a cow. You know how you know it's not a bull, son? So you have to tell your school I was late for school because there was 250 cows out. Doing predator control right now before we do chores and stir everything up. But the last time I was in Uncle Laverne's old land here, I was sitting on the hill like this in a time of prayer, and God was speaking to me about our identity and who we're going to be and where to put our identity. And I looked over, and it was down the valley here a little ways, and there was a silhouette of a rock, and it was just a reminder. The rock, it looked like a face profile from the side. It was a reminder to keep our identity in Christ. Some of you guys might be asking why predator control, and there's a few reasons. One of them, and this might seem like a selfish one, but our calf crop numbers really go down if the predator numbers are out of control. So to save the lives of baby calves, I know that it's our choice to raise calves and everything, but the other thing is what some people don't realize is how many predators there can be. And I'm kind of beating myself up a little bit because there was just 4 coyotes that came in flood charging me, and one of them had extreme mange. I don't know if you guys know what mange is. I'll show a picture of a coyote that we found that they die. Basically, it's in God's creation, there's a way to control the numbers, and if there's too many predators and too much prey, whatever there might be, mange is a mite in a way that it's very contagious, and it will wipe the whole coyote population out, but it'll never kill them all, and then they'll build back up to a fresh, healthy population. It's no different than the chronic wasting disease in deer, and some people are claiming this with COVID. I having a hard time, because we are made in the image of God. So this is kind of the tail end of our stand. We're going to head back and do chores. It's 9:30. We've been taking the kids to school, and on the way out we stopped at Uncle Laverne's old land. Haven't really been videoing it because it's really not about the coyote stands. I know a lot of you guys want to see that, but we'll take you back to the 2 coyotes that we got are back there, and I wanted to be silent, get up the coulee a little ways, because this is the direction the mangy coyote went, and really doing the coyotes a favor, the coyotes a favor, if we can get that mangy coyote. If some of you guys remember the last fur handling video that we put up, if you're interested in this stuff, the thing is when I lifted that white coyote up, I said, don't believe everything you see on TV. And the reason why is because now people are so gullible, and they're believing everything in the media, whatever it might be. And there's probably a lot of truth, but a lot can be so staged. And that coyote stand we did was actually a matter of 3 different coyote stands, all edited into one. That's why I wanted to say that. And the truth is, the coyote stand where Brody and I were sitting there was actually a dry stand. No coyotes came in, but it was so beautiful. It was perfect scenario, and that happens. There's times when it's dry. And then the next, the one where I videoed this one coyote in that 3-second clip, you can tell there's no snow, and just the one snowbank. And actually in that stand, I only videoed that short little bit, but I killed that coyote, and then right after that I killed another coyote, so we got a double. So you can't believe everything. And then we had another stand right after Brody and I did that stand where we called in a coyote. I didn't pull out my camera, and we actually missed a coyote at 58 yards. Some people say, how can you miss them? But trust me, when they don't stop and they're running at you, it's easier to miss them than not when they jump one way or the other. The reason that I really guess that I bring this to your attention is because on this channel, I want you guys to keep mind, but our goal is to keep truth in this channel and not stage things. So we were sitting up here along the fence on the side hill at 40 yards, and this was the first one we got, and I'm pretty sure it was right here somewhere where he rolled. You can see the blood, and he kind of pulled himself back to there. That one went right down, but this one, right after I pup distressed, all the coyotes ran away, this one come back and actually started to chew on this one. And the truth is, I missed him while he was trying to chew on him because I rushed the shot. And he's only 40 yards. And then he didn't know where the shot came from. And then he turned around and walked up to here and stopped because that kind of slowed him down. Just as those coyotes, they come to steal, kill, and destroy because all their goal is to eat for themselves. And that's how humans are living like coyotes. God has put this burning desire in my heart to do what is right. When you say yes, your yes is yes. And it's a truthful yes. And when people are asking to do something and there's no clear sign, that you say no, and you're comfortable, and your no is no. We're getting to some really dark times in our world, and we have to let the light shine through us. Seeing that we are made in the image of God and that we have a choice to make our identity in Christ, this is where whoever has made their identity in Christ will understand this. When your yes will be yes and your no will be no. When you hear his voice and he calls you to do something and you say yes and it's a true yes. And when somebody asks you to do something, but he tells you no, his voice says, God says no, then it's a no. And then that person might ask you again to do something, but it will be you have to stand firm on your no. Otherwise we set ourselves up for much pain. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along today, and we're going to head back into the shop, pull some wrenches here. But if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe on the Great Hope Ranch icon at the end. And click on that little bell so it notifies you when the next video comes up, because you never know out here. Stay tuned for more life on the Great Hope Ranch.